Hey everybody, welcome back to the Jam Yearbook. I'm Jim, I'm here with Matt, and today we are going to talk about how people find new music anymore. We're old, we know this. We definitely...
Yeah, it's more of a question.
Yeah, it is, if anybody has an answer. But I brought it up actually in conversations with younger people, and they kind of look at me confused. I don't really know. How do we find new music? Because there was definitely a way we found new music when we were growing up.
Yeah, I mean, MTV launched when we were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
We had America's Top 40 Countdown. Casey Kasem was a celebrity DJ. Well, there's multiple celebrity DJs as we had growing up, and they, even though you look back like, man, that guy's pretty old, but he connected us to what the new music was,
Yep.
right? Because a lot of times music could still be regional. It would take time for stuff to reach us in Vermont, but he would kind of bridge that gap. Plenty of music magazines, you know, Cream, Rolling Stone, Imperator, Circus, all of that stuff. And I don't want to be like the old fuddy-duddy that comes on here and says that we had it easier. I don't know. I don't. Oh, you're all right there. Don't need your break and a hit there, old man. Jeez, a little rough on the landing there.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't know if any generations technically has it easier, but I mean, from my perspective, I preferred the way it was back then.
Yeah, you know, even hanging out with your friends, you brought up Rolling Stone. I remember intentionally buying albums because it had a good review. I would go into Rolling Stone magazine, and I remember there was a review for Enough's Enough, and it compared their album to the Beatles. And I was like, I'm going to get this. And then, of course, I listened to it, and I was like, this.
I remember reading that.
Do you remember that? Yeah.
And then listening to it going, what are you smoking?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But I mean, we've been listening to a lot of new music doing this show over the past few years, and we go on each week and we, you know, share music back and forth, and we look for new stuff, and we go into different playlists, and definitely, you know, get served what Spotify thinks they want us to hear with our release radar. When we check out, you know, new release playlists that come up on there. I check out the YouTube music quite a bit as well, because I think that they have a variance. They're not as focused on what the label wants to put in front of you, or what they think, you know, YouTube's more random. You know, they're just going to throw this all out there.
Yeah.
You know, whereas Spotify is going to focus on your top 40 artists. You know, YouTube is kind of like, Rick Astley has a new song, and it's at the top. You know, and you're like, okay.
You know, there are probably just as many outlets to find new music now, but it's all centralized online, it feels like.
And it seems like a lot of radio today is nostalgic. It's not new. You don't have radio stations that are playing a lot of... You have your pop radio, so you're going to have your radio stations. They're going to play your Sabrina Carpenters or your new Taylor Swift songs and all that stuff. But you're not finding radio stations that play the music you and I would have listened to growing up. There aren't really...
No, and radio stations are not... and cut me off because I'm probably going to rant here. Radio stations are not a place to escape from your echo chamber of what you usually listen to. I mean, all radio stations are very segregated now, and that's just a personal pet peeve of mine.
And I also feel like our generation, and I remember growing up, you know, thinking, you know, in 1989, you could look at what came out in 1979 and refer to it as classic rock. And that was older. That was Boston was classic rock. Fleetwood Mac was classic rock. All this stuff that was 10 to 15 years old was old music to us, and it was classic rock.
Yep.
There's still people today that are 50 years old that are complaining that Pearl Jam's on a classic rock station when 10 came out in 1991. This is over 30 years ago, pal. People, you know? But I think Gen X planted themselves in the 90s and never really wanted to leave it. In kind of a big way, and I think that
I see where you're going, but I think because technology always moves faster, and when you get unplugged when you're out of school is when you really become unplugged, and that speed seems to ramp up, and just the way technology is now, it really just went exponentially. Like, try to keep up. Good luck Gen X, screw you. I'm just gonna go. But I think maybe in my experience, having kids are in their 20s, I've been surprised at what they have on their playlists. It's like they just have this different frame of mind of it doesn't have to be new. It's just gonna be new to me. And if it's new to me and it's a good song, right? A good song's a good song. It's timeless. Doesn't matter what year it came out.
Well, one of the ways that you mentioned finding new music for yourself has been when you've been listening to something and you leave it on and, the streaming services will start auto playing another song, and it's supposed to kind of relate to what you're listening to. But there's a lot of bands that you've come to me and you've said, hey, I found this band because I was listening to this album for the show and I just let it keep rolling and it started playing this stuff. And so I had to go check this out. And I have to wonder if that's how some young people find some of that older stuff.
It's got to be. I mean, they got their parents to lean on.
Yeah,
too,
that's true.
And who knows? And really, I mean, Green Day's still hanging on, right? It's not hard to find Green Day or Pearl Jam.
Weezer,
to hear
Weezer's
about
still
them.
out there touring.
Weezer,
yeah,
right. Bands. I mean, even when we were growing up, people we knew like Chuck Berry, right? We knew those artists because pop culture kept hanging them on to us.
But it's really strange to think that Chuck Berry, the Everly Brothers, some of those artists are the same gap. Or maybe, shorter than what we have now.
And they seem so old.
Yeah, they did.
They seem so old, but when you go back and look at how old they were, when like Back to the Future came out, it's like Chuck Berry wasn't old.
No.
Right?
All right, so we have 3 songs, and we're going to start a playlist, and we are going to share this throughout the year and maybe reflect upon it when we get to the end of the year. But what Matt and I are going to do is we're going to give you 3 songs we think you should go and check out. And I did say to Matt, when we get our Patreon up, we're going to bring people to that and they can add to the playlist and join in with us, and maybe we can get some discussion and they can introduce us to some new music. So that would be really cool when that happens. Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there.
Hey. Yeah. We love finding new music that moves us.
Yeah. So. It's even more important if you just like and subscribe when you're watching. That makes a bigger deal to us. Anyway. Yeah.
It doesn't mean you like us. It just means you like the show.
Yeah.
You find pity on us.
Yes, that's what it is. And you enjoy engaging and talking about music like we do. But Matt,
I'll take a pity date.
You've always had to.
Truth be told,
let's go with our songs. All right, your 3 songs. What are you going to pick to put on the playlist
My first one is The Brook and the Bluff, Super Bowl Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Great energy. I love it. It just makes me want to move. It's bright. It's like it's a kind of indie rock-ish, big anthemic sing-along chorus.
Yeah, it's fun.
That you can just dig into, and it's great.
Yeah, I like it. Like it a lot. My first song is going to be The Last Dinner Party. We've talked a lot about them over the past couple of years. We really like their stuff. And they have a new song that just came out called Big Dog. And I think I closed my eyes, and I'm not going to say this sounds like a Led Zeppelin song, and I'm not relating it just because of Black Dog and Big Dog, but I closed my eyes and listened to it, and I thought to myself, could I hear Led Zeppelin in 1974 or 73 playing this song? And my answer was yes. Absolutely.
It's got the sound.
It has it.
Right, the just like the studio sound, right?
Yes.
It's not kind of recorded the way a lot of shit music now is recorded.
No, it sounds great. Just one of those songs, if you're looking for a song with a nice heavy riff, there you go. And it's nice to hear that in new music coming out. What do you got next?
All right, my number 2 is Arkells, Next Summer. Old favorite of mine.
Yep,
and what I really love about Arkells is I don't get sick of them because the only time I hear them is when I put them on.
Hey, they popped up on my new music playlist, so I got to check
did
this
they?
out. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, they got a new album out next summer. Great. It kind of starts a little bit, you think it might be a little mellower, but then it kicks in. I just really love this band, and it kind of harkens back to when I first found them. The last few albums, their sound has kind of grown, which bands do. But this, especially this song, it brought me back to more of a High Noon, Michigan Left kind of vibe that the band used to have. So Arkells Next Summer, really love that song.
I am going to go to new metal. We talked back in the day that what happens when there's a resurgence in new metal? Is there going to be a playlist called new metal? And there certainly is.
There is
a playlist called new metal. I can't believe this band takes themselves too seriously, because the name of the band is Silly Goose, which I think is awesome. Their song is Good Night. If you want a new song that sounds influenced by the nostalgia of Korn, Limp Bizkit, a little System of a Down in there, this song throws all of that against the wall. And I've listened to some of their other stuff, wasn't really that much into it. Maybe this is a growth stage for them, and this is their newest song, and so they're going to go in a better direction. But this is one of those songs that I could have put on the radio in 1999 and had just cranked while I was driving, and I would have learned all the words to it. And it even has that kind of inappropriate tongue-in-cheek attitude in the lyrics, you know, things you don't want to get caught singing along to, like those songs did back then. I'm just happy to see a band out there doing that now. It takes balls.
Yeah, and you were wondering if this was going to stay on as one of your songs because you're like, oh, am I just reminiscing too much?
But I do like it.
Or if I really like it.
But, I've gone back to it. Yep. So that's it. All right, what do you got next for us? Your third song.
John, I got to look at this one.
Oh, wait. One thing I'm going to say is that when I shared this song with you, you were like, Jim, you went metal. You were surprised that and I did.
Yep.
Yeah, yep.
I almost did, but that's probably for a future one, because I'm not really familiar with this band all that much. John Hollier, I believe that's how you pronounce it. John Hollier and the Reverie. Song is Gonna Love You. Teamed up with Arkells is proof that love songs don't need to be mopey, and sad,
it's fun,
and saturated with emo BS. It can be, damn it, I love you. It can be a celebration. It can be uplifting, right? Yeah. And rollicking and raucous and all that. And because this song, there's definitely two halves to it, and that second half, it just takes you to church. It might, that saxophone is just. I
did enjoy that. You know me, I'm a sucker for saxophone in a song.
I know, and it fits. It's so great right here.
Yeah, it's good. All right, my last one. I've spoken very highly of Ray over the past couple of years as well. Yeah. I think I said to you that whenever Beyonce puts something out, and that people say that it's, groundbreaking, it's amazing. It doesn't.
I remember that.
It doesn't do that to me. What I'm expecting is what Ray is doing. Ray, her new album came out. I want to say maybe it was March, February, somewhere in then. But I'm going to bring a song from that because it counts. It's still kind of newish, and it's called.
Oh yeah, most of mine I think are from March. So,
it's called Click Clack Symphony, and it's really cool. It's offbeat. There's definitely not a steady chorus verse chorus thing going on. It's a little bit of storytelling in the song, which is really kind of her thing that I really enjoy. But the thing that really stands out to me is it's featuring Hans Zimmer. So she has this kind of R&B, I wouldn't call it rap, but it's just, it's like a scat singing thing going on. And then you have the guy who did some of the biggest soundtracks of action films and movies you've seen, and it's just, I think you said to me it sounded like a mashup or a remix or something like that. The way that the strings and the symphony comes in, but I think it's really brave to make a song this way, and this.
Oh yeah, it's a great empowerment song too.
It is. It's really good. So Click Clack Symphony. Go check it out. And there we go. 6 songs for people to go and listen to. We don't know how people find new music, so if we become your source for new music, then we actually are doing what we wanted to do in the first place.
Yeah, but don't be afraid of being our source of new music too, because I want to find stuff. And I'm in a bit of a dry spell right now. Everything out recently has just been kind of It has been. So give us something. Let us know what you're listening to. And we will talk to you next time.